Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of the resellermindset.com. And for this Reseller Friday, I want to talk to you about ditching negative resellers. eBay came out with some good news for how they're handling an item, for example, that was showing as not delivered within a certain amount of time. The customer opened a case saying, hey, I haven't received my item yet. And you had to close the case and give them their money back because it hadn't been delivered in a certain amount of time. And now if it winds up showing up a few days later or something, which happens often, eBay will reimburse you. And there's other things they're doing, such as automatically having positive feedback be left if a certain amount of time has passed and the transaction went smoothly, there's no complaints from the customer. These are good things, but there are resellers all over the place whining and complaining. Well, what about if this happens? Well, what about if that happens? Listen, I'm not going to even get into the arguments they're making because it's so ridiculous. There are people who just want to be miserable. And I'm telling you, this is very important to hear. You got to get away from these people. I don't care if you like them. I don't care if you think their content's good. I don't care if you think they're good resellers or whatever. They will drag you down. There's no benefit to listening to somebody who's always negative, always complaining, always whining, always says something they got to whine about and complain about, something that's not going right. Do you want that in your life? We have this blessing of being able to resell, being able to find stuff that's undervalued in a different market and then sell it at another marketplace and make a profit. It's such a beautiful thing. And people are whining and complaining about it. Well, the site doesn't do this, or the fees are too much. It's like, what? There's just always some complaint. My friend, for every 30 minutes you're wasting watching somebody complain about this bad thing happen and that bad thing happen, or this bad thing could happen, or, buyers will try to scam you, whatever nonsense they're telling you, you could be investing that time into listing more high quality items so you get more sales, responding to customer requests, maybe tweaking your listings if they're not perfect. There are so many useful and productive things you can be doing that won't be polluting your mind with negativity and drama and discord. And I do understand that some resellers, because it is so easy to be a reseller, some of them want to pretend that it's difficult, so they like listening to the whining so they can then have something to whine about themselves. Maybe because they always went to work for somebody else, and so they're always used to complaining about a boss or whatever. You just have to get rid of that mentality altogether. This is a good life. This is a great life. You're so blessed to be able to do this in this day and age. Money is so freely available to you. You can make large amounts of it by just doing the work you need to do. Don't let people rob you of that. Don't let people scare you away. Don't let people tell you, well, I'm quitting eBay or I'm quitting Poshmark or whatever, Amazon or whatever it is, whatever site they're on, because I'm going to go work in the corporate world again because it's just too hard to be a reseller. Really? Well, tell that to the tens of thousands of resellers who are selling 6 and 7 figures a year, every year consistently, and doing very well in their businesses. There's always somebody who can talk you into how bad it is, how hard it is. These are the same people that if you told them, I'll sell you $100 bills for $20 each, they would complain about, well, it's so hard to get the money to you. I got to walk over to where you are. They'd have something to complain about. Free money, and it's so hard to go over there and get it. They just want to complain. You need to redouble your efforts to become a better reseller. You need to be focused on things that are lovely and good report. You can't get dragged down into the mire of the negative reseller, of which there are plenty. Now, thankfully, there's so many resellers who are good, they're positive, they focus on good things, they're always trying to bring people important information, valuable information, and not drag people down into their little pity party. But the algorithms tend to promote the negative because that gets more interaction generally because people are like, oh yeah, I agree with that. And then there's people who kind of look for that stuff. Oh, here's something I can gossip about. Here's some rumor I think might happen. Here's some negativity I can babble about. There's some people I've seen, their whole entire content online is being negative about reselling. This bad thing happened. If you sell this, you might get scammed by the buyer. eBay won't back you on this. Just all kinds of stuff. And some of it is just pure lies. They just want to whine and complain, make up stuff because they just want another click, another view, so they can make another penny. It's pitiful. Quite frankly, the resellers who are reselling only for content that they can monetize are not people you should be watching. You need to be watching people who are actually resellers, who actually resell for a business. Now, I'm not saying they can't be on social media and making money from their content. Of course they can. But if that's all they do is reselling for content, not get some content because they're resellers, that is a completely different issue. And those people are going to generally tell you bad information. They're generally the ones that get into drama because they don't care about reselling. They don't care if their business does well. Their actual business is not reselling at all. Their business is either selling you some dumb listing service that's terrible, or just making some AdSense revenue, or whatever it is. Get your mind focused on the good. There's so much good. Did you find a great item today? Hey, post that in the comments below. I found this great item. It's going to resell for large amounts of money. Awesome. Did you get a good sale today? Did you have a good experience with a customer? They said thank you for something. You know, I've had customers over the years send me cards, greeting cards, thanking me for the product they bought from me. Obviously, it's not a big deal, but it's nice. Talk about something good in your reselling business, something positive, something upbeat, something that is worthy of your discussing. The negativity, the drama, that will always be going around. There's always somebody whining about something, but you can focus on the good. And there's plenty of good to focus on. And what you also find, the beauty of this, is that when you do focus on the good, you get more good things to focus on. The reason those people with the drama channels and the whining about this thing's bad and that thing's hard, the reason why they always have something new to whine about is because they're constantly focused on negativity and whining and drama. They just attract more of that into their lives. That's the natural state they are in, and that's naturally what they attract, and it's not good. And you don't want to get sucked into that because it's very appealing to the world. It's very appealing, that mindset, but it will drag you down and it will keep you from your fullest potential as a reseller. So my friend, I want to encourage you today, focus on things that are lovely and good report, and ditch the resellers who are negative, and just focus on the good and watch as you become an even greater success as a reseller. I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.